Hello and welcome to a new morning briefing presented by Stein Investments. In today's video, I'd like to point out why volume is essential for your trading decisions. Then we'll have a look at the trades taken yesterday based on the AI recommendations, and I'll provide you some news about our currency correlation strategy. So let's start with the volume analysis, and once more we see it's constantly going down during the end of the Asian session and the London pre-market. And the point is, if you want to trade without volume, it's a bit like sailing without wind. It's really no fun at all, and the market doesn't move at all. I can show you some trades I've taken on today's easy insight recommendations. ChatGPT sent me these 4 options. 2 of them have been on the watch list, so they are not fully qualified, and those are the Aussie dollar, US dollar, and the euro against the Aussie dollar. The other 2 ones have been full qualified recommendations, but you see there is almost no action in the market and they are hovering around their break even. So let's get back to yesterday's volume, and what happened yesterday in the evening is that we have got a currency correlation alert here for the US dollar and the Canadian dollar at the end of the London session. And this trend came with a rising interest in US dollar and Canadian. I can switch here to US dollar and Canadian, then we'll have it directly here on chart. Here came the drop where the alert has been triggered that both of these currencies are very weak. Here we see a rising interest in total trading positions in the market, and here we see there is a rising interest in US dollar and Canadian dollar positions, and both are on the weak side. And this rising total trading volume remained stable for several hours, and that's what we traded with the currency correlation EA, and you see almost all trades have been profitable. This one has been stopped out. This one was closed by the end of the day, and this one had almost a good chance to get in profit, but it hit the stop loss, and so it was taken out as well. But all other moves have been working perfectly fine. So if you see this, that's what we want to see. A stable move in one direction. Here, wonderful US dollar against the Swiss franc is straightly going down. Same on the Canadian dollar, US dollar, Japanese yen, exactly the same. And that's what we are hunting. But this stability is only achievable if the retail traders are attracted in this market or in this currency and want to trade it. And that's what we see when we analyze the retail trading volume here with FX volume. In my opinion, this is really essential, and it clearly separates the trading opportunities that work from those that doesn't work. We've been lucky in the morning session here in London, where we had the first easy insight recommendations we traded presented in yesterday's video. The market has been pretty stable, but as soon as New York kicked in and opened the exchange, the entire environment changed and the market dynamics, and most of the trades hit their stop loss. We kept them on purpose just to see how it turns out, and if I learned something from yesterday's trading activity, then definitely that the AI recommendations work mainly for the session. It is analyzing, so the trades should be closed at around 2 max 3 hours after their opening. That's at least what we conclude after these activities yesterday, and we can analyze them step by step by opening the history. Then we disable the auto scroll. This is what we got yesterday. This was the first trade yesterday, British pound against the Canadian. Worked wonderful for several hours, even in the evening, because the Canadian weakness later kicked in and British pound Canadian was able to rise even further. Aussie dollar, US dollar struggled here at this resistance, was fighting pretty long, and I hope that it will go down. That was at least the recommendation from the AI, but in the end it failed, and Aussie dollar, US dollar went further upwards. The same here. But what is essential is that in the first period of this trade, it has been mostly in profit, and that's the same for euro against the Swiss franc. It was in profit for the first hour, then it was still in profit, and then New York opened here, and then there was an entirely different market dynamic, and this pair switched to the opposite side. The same is here. Aussie dollar against the Swiss franc, British pound against the yen. It's exactly the same. Don't be fooled by the SL execution, because yes, it happened several hours afterwards. What is really important is what happens in the first 1 or 2 hours after the AI analysis. And that's where I see a lot of potential. And I yesterday posted a screenshot before I left the office. I posted that almost all of these trades, with one exception, have been all in profit. And if I would have closed it at that point in time, we would see a completely different trade history. Now I think is the right time to say thanks to our supporters here and our Stein Investment followers, because only a few days after launching Easy Insight, we've been able to be ranked in the top 10 of the MetaTrader 5 utilities and the MetaTrader 4 utilities. So we are close behind the most popular trade managers, and that's a huge compliment for us, and we really appreciate the support, and we do our best to keep this wonderful project going and provide even more greatness, as a user wrote these days in the Telegram chat. And I just love to work with this excellent and amazing community. Thanks a lot, and we'll do our best to join the top 3 with Easy Insight. That said, I was yesterday chatting with a customer from us, and he asked me how often I do this analysis here with the AI. And then I noticed something which I came across using Easy Insight the last days. And the point is that Easy Insight completely changes my daily trading activities, because it's the first time in my trading life I'm not waiting for an alert that will be sent to my mobile device, where I'm just in a more reactive or passive position. But with Easy Insight, I can decide when I want to trade and when I want to do an analysis. And if I want to redo it right now, for example, I can just say, I can just upload the latest data file. It's updated every minute, and then write, please redo the analysis. And then we'll see what ChatGPT provides for us. Right now, I don't have to trade him, but I'd just like to point out how easy it is to trigger a new analysis and then decide what to trade or not. The biggest benefit is that you don't have to wait for alerts sent to your mobile device or appearing in a pop-up window. Okay, so it's saying both tables appear at the top of our chat window. I don't want to scroll, so I say, please show me the tables here. And there is the result. Canadian dollar yen, British pound, Swiss franc, and British pound against the yen. Then let's have a look at them. So Canadian dollar yen seems to be pretty good buy opportunity. The yen is showing downwards dynamic. The Canadian dollar is showing pretty strong upwards dynamic, and we can trade it here with a tight stop and use the 80% ATR as profit target. The other one was the British pound against the Swiss franc. Also a clear split. British pound is on the strong side of the FX power scale. Swiss franc is on the weak side. So we'll give this one a chance as well. And then we have the British pound against the Japanese yen, where we already have a trade open. That was also a recommendation from before the London opening. So I would say that's it for the moment, and I'll keep you posted about how it's going later today or tomorrow at the latest. Thanks for watching. See you and bye bye.